Welcome back to Crypt Monkey Paints, and welcome home to Sawdust, who had an amazing trip and had amazing pictures. And I love the pictures you sent, or the picture, meaning I need more pictures. I only got the one, but you guys looked awesome. So I hope you look like you were having a whole lot of fun. I hope you guys had as much fun as you look like you were hoping. You know what I mean. I'm moving on. Smooth past it. So tonight we are painting. Oh, and thank you, Gareth, for the subscription. I appreciate it.
Yeah, very much.
I like my breath just caught.
Having a heart attack.
Damn it, Gareth! You threw me off. What was I saying?
Thank you for the subscription.
Thank you. We're painting stuff, and I'm out. I'm done. No, actually, I was really excited because I had a lot of things on my to-do list today. And, I always have a lot of things on my to-do list, but I've had a lot of things that I was trying to work through getting done, and it was just like a bunch of little tick marks went off the list today. So then I sang a whole bunch, so I had a really good day. I'm happy, and I want to paint. And this guy, I base coated him, I spray painted him. Just to get him coated quickly. I'm actually so happy with just the base coat. I could actually just leave him be as is and be happy. So, this is a Spinosaurus. Is that how you say it? From Lord of the Print. This one is actually scaled to, and he's got stats, so I love the stats. And I thought the whole PDF that he sent with the release this month was really well done. So for sure. But this one is scaled to like 78% of normal size so that I could print it all in one. That's kind of like the biggest I can go and print him and his base in one print. We appreciate it. We absolutely do appreciate the support, Gareth. And I am glad Sawdust lost the name for a minute because I almost said the regular name. I'm glad you're going to send more pictures. And I have coffee because apparently
I will be getting mine soon.
But anyway, let's paint. Because look how awesome he looks already. So
Not talking about my hat, are you?
I am. I love the hat. It is a fun hat.
The first time I've worn my Jughead hat since the last time I ran a game. So this is before the pandemic.
Yes. Yeah, it's been a while. So all I did, and I say all because it was like super, super simple. I literally held him like this. Oh, hold on. I held him by his fin and sprayed everything underneath with a light brown. And then I stood him up and I sprayed him with gray. I didn't actually have a gray spray paint, so I need to pick one up. Because the only thing I had was a, what was that one called?
Like
stainless steel.
Yeah, it was like a chrome thingy.
It's kind of shiny, but it's okay because we're gonna get it doesn't look as shiny as it did.
Why do you keep saying him? Did you look up the dinosaur skirts? Oh, I just had to say Jurassic Park line, sorry.
So then I took two different greens and kind of hit the fin on both sides. Because what I intend on doing is kind of making a border around this area and having gaps in the border, because the border color is going to kind of come all the way down, but it's going to have like circle holes that you'll see the green through. I actually clicked on your part of the screen tie expecting your video feed to enlarge so I can check out the hat. That's not how that works. He walked away to get his coffee, so he can't hear me laughing. He doesn't know why I'm laughing right now. But that's funny. It has obviously been a long day. And then I just took the base, which you can see, like, obviously we had some shaking last night while this was printing. But you can't see it anywhere else. You can see it right there, I guess. But you can't actually see it in the fish or anything like that. I just sprayed this all flat black so that I could move on with my life from here. Because I was also curious, because I've done the contrast paint on the. That's weird, man. I wish you guys could have just seen what Ty was doing. That was like the weirdest little walk-in dance thing. That's super weird. So I've done it a couple of times where I've painted something white and then used the contrast paints, but I haven't actually painted anything black and used contrast paints. I'm going to do that on my rock for sure. I want to use the Apothecary White on this guy, and then I have a brown over here, which I forget what the name of it is. Yeah, I don't know. There, you guys can read. Something flesh. Gilliman's. I don't know. I'm moving on. So, I'm going to paint. I want to paint. I've been painting a lot of the day, and it's funny that now I'm like super excited to paint this guy. I think having the really fun base coat done already makes it to where it's like super fun to paint, and you just kind of can't wait to paint. It is getting to the point now where I'm kind of struggling to figure out what to put into the, what do you call it? The Alter the Streams.
Oh.
Because of the fact that we have so much. Probably, I don't know. You decide. Because of the fact that it can start to get squeaky. My concern. Okay, Gareth. Babe, I don't know if it's just because I'm painting on black, but that's like really dark for me on the screen.
All right, let me see what I can do. Computer says no.
But I really wanted to use this particular contrast for the fish because it has like a, that's better. Because it has kind of like a blue undertone that it ends up getting. And I thought that would look really cool. So it's a sort of shark, but I cannot think of, for the life of me, I can't think of the name of the shark. It's got the saw nose.
A swordfish?
Not a swordfish.
Oh, that. Oh,
No, Gareth, I was just saying, you know, okay, we'll see you soon. Google that for me, will you?
let me Google for you.
I will punch you in the head. I very rarely actually ask anybody to Google anything for me. But right now, I have to kind of ask because it's not, I mean, I'm not going to pick up my phone and look it up right now.
Garrett says, I saw you made it to some of my speed paint streams. Sorry about my connection that day.
Yeah, I was going to ask.
Sawfish, Sawdust Dragon says.
Thank you. I was going to ask what was going on with that because like you said you were going to come back and then I never saw you come back on. I don't know if you were able to get back on or not. So,
also known as carpenter sharks.
but wouldn't. I need to learn with this stuff to stop it and just let it dry and then I can add more. I keep wanting to do that, just like layer and layer and layer and layer, and I need to stop. Look like it. Bottles. Look like it looks good though. Like it's gonna work over the black, just kind of gives you a different tone versus when it's over the white. The brown might not work as much, but realistically for the rocks, all I really want is kind of another undertone because I'm going to dry brush with gray and then with white. And I always like the lighter shade rocks.
Garrett says I had a massive power outage I did shortly thereafter and went for almost 2 hours.
Oh, I'm sorry I missed it. I was really looking forward to it.
Lotus says, so the not waiting to layer is not just me.
Oh, no, no. That's anybody who's impatient. And that's one of the really good really good ways to combat that is to have your base and your mini right there ready to work on them. That way you can, get this to a point and then go, okay, I have to actually wait. And then you can set it down and work on the mini instead. So what was your final determination with the speed paints? How do you like them?
Sarah says, that morning a tree branch took out a transformer in my neighborhood and my internet was sluggish that day.
That sucks. I'm just patiently waiting for him to answer about the speed paints. That's why I'm quiet. Because I've gotten mixed reviews from other people, and I've been extremely happy with mine. As a matter of fact, I used them again to paint another solar eclipse celestial with the solar.
You don't have to repeat yourself. We heard you the first time. You know what? This is the cost of having help. That's what.
Overall, I'll stick with contrast paints. Mine are reactivating horribly and defeated the purpose of speed painting with them. I don't understand it. I really don't. You guys have watched me paint with them, and I just paint. I'm obviously not getting up and layering and in between.
Well, there's probably a physical style difference or something that you guys are doing. Because remember, Gareth said before that other people
Have said the same
have
thing.
that problem. So there's probably some nuanced difference in application.
I have no idea. That sounds great. I'd like to see.
So Dawn lets me lick the model between each layer. Do you let me lick model between each layer? Maybe that's the difference.
That's just weird, man. That's so gross and so weird. I changed my mind on the brush I want.
I liked it too. Sarah says it was really bad with the darker color. Oh, that's a possibility too.
What?
Maybe you just haven't hit the right colors that do that. Maybe some of them chemically behave better than others.
I mean, like I've used all of mine. The ones that I've used the most have been the red, the yellow, and the orange.
Soda says, just don't lick the teal, Ty. That's easy. Thing. It up.
So full of shit.
It's just there to bother people with color blindness. Gareth says, well, I'm trying a theory and letting some sit for 48 hours and see if they reactivate then or not.
I mean, okay, so another possibility is like when you're doing it, are you brushing really hard or are you just kind of laying the paint down and letting it flow? Because I'm using it a lot like words.
Mm-mm.
like a shade where I'm dipping my paint in it and then just kind of placing it down. I mean, I do brush strokes, but they're very light. So that's really the only other thing I can think of is I'm putting very little pressure.
So in other gaming news, for the Titans, some of you, you guys have likely heard as well that Spelljammers brought back in 5e. That's one I never played back in the old days. Gareth says the blue ones and green ones are bad with that. I love the colors and coverage, but just laying it down and letting it flow like normal.
Okay. Yeah, I don't get it. I mean, as many comments as I've read about it, it seems like yours is the kind of standard outcome. Which,
so what I'm hearing is you're doing it wrong. And that's why it's
God damn it! Sorry,
outright.
Excuse me.
Stuttered the piss out of me. Hello, Golden.
Hi, Goldie. No, no. I mean, it sounds like everyone else is getting the standard, and I got a magic batch that, like, is just awesome, but I don't get it.
Gareth says I saw that and I'll have to check it out. Yeah, I'm like I said, I never played it back in 2E Advanced. Called it back then. So I'm maybe gonna look at some stories and check it out. At least I don't think it's. Pretty sure it is announced because apparently they didn't say anything. Is content. Harris says, yeah, you got the batch that was meant to be.
I feel bad because I've been like raving about how much I love them. But, I mean, I've had nothing but good experience with it. Sucks. Oh, and this one is painted or printed with our new resin. We are officially moved over to the new resin now. So I'm pretty happy with it.
Okay, one more Spelljammer thing. It is this summer. This summer's when it's coming.
Feel free to talk more about it because I don't even know what that is.
It's like a space fantasy kind of world, realm, whatever.
It's Treasure Planet.
I knew you were gonna say that. Okay.
I mean, that's what it looks like. And I'm not insulting it. You know, I love Treasure Planet.
Oh, I knew you weren't down to watch that movie right now. You want to quit this and go watch that movie?
Hi, guys. Speaking of watching things, what was the name of that show that we just watched? The one episode of? Because that's all they had out.
One episode, The Baby, yeah, on HBO, that new horror comedy series.
That is some messed up.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
I liked it.
It's funny.
It's unsettling.
But it's definitely very unsettling.
I don't want to do too many spoilers, but just to give you an idea of this, what did she say on the phone? She's talking to the police and she says something that happened and there's this creepy baby here. She's quiet for a moment. She's like, I don't know what makes it creepy. It's just a creepy baby.
And being a mother, I can attest that was a creepy ass baby.
But Ghosty says, hey, Dawn, could I see the Spino? I can see the tip of the sail and I love the color, that color.
So you did join us late, so I will explain again. I'm almost tempted to just leave him as is because I'm so happy with how he turned out with just my base coating. So beautiful weather out, thank God. So I took him outside and I got out spray cans, spray paint, and so I sprayed his underneath with a really light brown, kind of like khaki color.
It is a khaki color.
And then I sprayed the rest of him, like coming from kind of down, with the closest gray I had, which was actually I forgot the name again.
Metallic steel or something like
that.
Yeah,
it's stainless steel. Is the color.
That's why I keep
didn't
saying
have
chrome.
A gray, but I wanted him gray, so I get. So I did a stainless steel over the top of him, and then I hit his sail, just the tips of his sail on both sides, with 2 different shades of green. One's kind of an olive, and one's spring grass, I think. But yeah, I could actually like paint his mouth and his eyeballs and be happy with him as is, honestly, because just as he is, I was really freaking happy. But I had been looking at different Spinosauruses online, and one of the things that they kind of theorized the sail was partially for mating and being really colorful and everything else. So there was one that was colored solidly, and then it had edging with like holes in the other color, so you could see an additional color underneath. So my intention is to kind of do that look. And I even actually practiced it in my sketchbook to make sure I could paint the way it needed to be painted. So
Ghosty says he looks really cool. Love those colors.
Well, actually, Ghosty, it's your fault that it's these colors, because I was going to do blue. And then you showed your pictures on Discord. I'm like, all right, he did really, really good with blue, so I'm going to do a different color. Because I was originally going to do blues and purples on his sail. So I changed it now to greens and different shades of red. Not like, I don't want to make it look like Christmassy, but it's like burnt umber and brick red and things like that. So, but your blue was phenomenal. I'm like, yeah, no, I'm going to leave the blue to Ghosty. He's got that one covered. I'll do different shades.
Garrett says, unless they change something with the speed paints and a massive announcement with it, then I won't be buying them again.
I'm really sorry to hear that. I really am. That really does suck, because I love them.
Ghosty says, just kind of showing off. Because you said that it was Ghosty's fault. You were doing the colors, I guess. I like the green. I think the green is really cool for a swampy spot.
Yeah. I'm not sure if I don't feel like I'm showing off. I feel like, I don't want to compete with how well Ghosty did the blue. He posted pictures in Discord, and it's really like just the perfect little pops of blue along his dino. It looks really great. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna leave that one alone. I'm gonna move on. Check my brushes. Figure out which one I want to dry brush with.
It's oh well, I'm kind of reading out of order. I apologize, guys, but trying to keep ideas together the best I can. Not your fault, Dawn. It's just the way it is.
Yeah.
Not mad, just disappointed.
I know, but I do kind of feel bad, because I'm like, no, everyone should buy these. I love them, and I still love mine. And realistically speaking, when I run out, I will be buying more. And I'd probably even buy I'm thinking I want to buy the bigger set like what you got. So I do kind of feel bad.
Garrett says, and this is in relation to my Spelljammer stuff, now do you think they will bring back Dark Sun, or is it too edgy and dark for the current D&D crowd? I think it's too dark and edgy. I didn't play that one either, but I know enough to know. Yeah, it's probably too dark and edgy, I would call it. But the Dark Sun stuff, man, there's lots of, even though I've never played it, there's lots of stuff in the last couple of years popping up for other systems and stuff. And obviously, other people bringing it back, Ghosty says, "Thank you so much. I do really appreciate the praise. We'll bill you."
Such an ass.
Garrus says, "I was going to buy them regardless of what you said, and I wanted to give them an honest try.
Yeah.
But shame on you for saying all those nice things." Actually, I added that.
No, I knew that.
Too big of a pause? Is that
Yeah.
what let it? Okay. I can be snappier next.
Also, that's just more your style than Gareth's.
Being an ass.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
So I'm just dry brushing over the khaki with a warm buff. I don't. It's a off-white, just to make the underside a little more soft and fun.
Garrus says, "No, I'm glad she had the good things to say, and I'm happy it worked as good as they did for you."
You know where that other sun is? The Celestial right now? She's in the garage.
Bring it in, you're saying?
I was going to say, if you want to bring that in, I can... Because that was painted with... I sprayed her with silver and then painted over with just the contra... Or the... Not the speed paints again.
Okay.
I was going to say something, but I'm going to wait for him to come back. I'm not even paying any attention to the camera. I'm sorry. And I'm just dry brushing, so it's not like you really...
Almost didn't. Eyes were stuck on that dragon in there.
So, I mean, I did that. I mean, I've missed a few I need to go touch up, but I even blended on the model. You know, you can see the orange and the reds and the yellows in all different spots. So and even like the base has a blue in it as well. I just have not had any issues with these. Technically this isn't her base. She doesn't actually come with a base. This is the base for it's a gen. It's the fire one, obviously. But it like goes perfectly. The sun fits almost perfectly right there.
Here says you were there for some of my review, I think. The reactivation was a big red check mark.
Sucks.
Says I was there for you, but I don't think I heard the reading. Maybe
It really sounds like it's the reactivation for him, for Gareth, is kind of the standard of what's happening for everybody.
is or just
No, I'm actually okay in here.
I'm getting warm is why I'm asking.
Oh, okay.
I'm fine. I turned the fans on in there. It's
Oh yeah.
I can feel it blasting on.
We're talking about opening the window behind me again. We had to close it because the sun, as it's setting, was literally shining directly in Ty's face. He's like, I couldn't see, so we shut it up.
It was in the camera, but it was
it
directly
was
in the camera, yeah. So I couldn't see you, not because
I misunderstood what you were saying. Either way, it wouldn't have worked. But yes, it is. Thanks for playing the home version.
I'm gonna do that thing we usually do, but forgot to do.
Gotcha. Actually, what's right there?
That's how we talk business. I'm gonna do that thing.
Well, yeah. To be fair, there's very few steps that we need to take for our business, so there's really only a few things that could have been in the first place. Um, I was gonna say something before you walked away, and now I can't remember what it was.
Yep.
Love you.
Let's see. Oh, Ghosty says, "Oh, I got you.
Ow!
Yeah, I've
Sorry.
heard that from a few people. I've also been pretty loyal to Vallejo, but I've wanted to try out Army Painters. I'm just skeptical. Says if you're going to go with a speed paint, use contrast paints from EW.
Which I don't have I mean, I've got a few of their. I mean, that's what I just used. Is the contrast paints from them. I don't have any issue with those contrast paints other than my same issue with every single one of their paints. I hate these bottles. I absolutely despise these bottles. That is my only issue with Citadel is the pods. I can't stand them. But that's not going to change. So it should. I think they should listen to me and they should redo their entire manufacturing process based on me. I literally can't remember what I was going to.
I probably interrupted.
No, it was, well, you did. Technically, you got up and walked out of the room and it was
Fine,
something
I just
that
won't talk anymore.
No, it wasn't. I wanted to talk with you about something and I can't remember what now.
Oh. Were you going to say I need to do that thing we usually do, but we hadn't done because we forgot? Because I did that thing.
No, that wasn't it.
Test sheets. Dark After.
That's funny.
Not really funny.
It's haha funny.
I'm going to show off some of the stuff. Because
Oh,
I don't even know if this is going to, how well this is going to do.
oh, go ahead.
This was from Isabella for me. Had the artist put my name at the top too.
Yeah.
Boba Fett. They just went to Planet Comic-Con.
Yeah. They had a lot of fun.
One was from Izzy and got me. Also fun.
Yes.
And they of course sent us pictures of all of our merchant friends who
Yeah.
who did get in, and I guess we took too long or something.
Something, yeah.
Because that would have been fun.
It would have been, but it is what it is.
It's funny how I used to be like, oh well, we got to go work, and I'd enjoy myself, but it was still like those times when, oh, I wish we could just go find a game, right?
Yeah.
And now I'm kind of like, I love going as a merchant. It's fun.
Well, we have like a whole con family too.
Yeah, out there, yeah, for sure. Not just out there, actually, in Illinois too.
Blue fishies.
Ghosty says, I'm with you, Dawn. The pods are really annoying.
They're difficult to open. They're difficult to use in general. But if that's my only complaint about a paint, it's not much of a complaint. There's not much of a leg to stand on at all. So, and you know, it stands out. So, I think if they're happy with their stuff, then they should keep doing it how they're doing it. And I personally like the pigments of Vallejo the best. But as far as paints themselves, I pick the paint I need based on the color I need, not necessarily the brand. That being said, I usually, type in my search, Vallejo color, red, and start from there. But if they don't have a red that I like, or that particular shade I'm looking for, I'll move on.
Kara says, Ghosty, it's the devil I'm used to with Citadel.
Yeah. Yeah. I get that. But like I said, I'd much prefer having the color I need, because I'm not the best at, like, I'm happy to mix colors, but I'm not the best at knowing what I'm going to end up with. So I usually end up mixing way more than I need, because I have to keep blending and keep mixing to keep adding and guessing what I'm going to get. You know what I mean? Because that sounded really stupid, but. So. Are you about to show off what I think you're about to show off? Because I'm super excited for you to show those off.
Yeah, I mean, I'd done them. I guess I finished last week, actually, but everything's been kind of all over the place. I think the company, I'm not positive. I believe it's Dragon Trapper's Lodge for these.
Yes, those are Dragon Trapper's
Lodge. Same as the Jungle Ruins. Okay.
Yes.
Good deal. All right. Well, these were some of the big stuff we did on the CR10S4 printer. These are not resin.
Yep.
They'll be listed soon. None of the stuff I'm doing is listed yet. Dawn's going to paint these. These are lava flows for your table. Obviously, she's in the red right now, but Dawn's already been picking out colors. We were talking about it today, so.
Yeah. And
they're very animated,
They really are. I think the biggest problem I've had with getting to them is, realistically, I've had quite a few commissions to get done, and now that I've kind of knocked.
Yeah, and I wasn't pushing you, by the way.
Oh, I know you weren't. I'm giving myself excuses.
These are just 3 out of the 8 too. I like this one. It's flat, sitting on your table, but it's like boiling up out of the ground. The lava's just running all over the place. Yeah, that was, I think, the last thing. The last thing I did. These lava flows, so they're going to be on. We just don't have them up yet. And these
technically, I believe we have those listed in resin at the moment.
Okay.
But I'm not sure. I'm not positive. Ghosty, if you're looking at them on my page, then I do have them listed.
Yeah, that might be.
They're just listed in resin.
But they were bigger, so I grabbed them as hey, I'm going to do these.
Yeah. They're listed in resin, and the main goal here is the fact that filament is cheaper, it's lighter, and it's more durable. So for terrain, it makes a lot more sense, which means we can offer some terrain pieces cheaper than what we can do them in resin, is really what it boils down to. Okay. It
says, I've started with old crappy craft paints, so as of now, pretty much everything is an improvement. But yeah, I wanted to show those off anyway.
I still use the old crappy paints. If it's the right color, I use it.
The other thing I think is cool about the terrains being this way is just because be more worried about the mat than the model.
Yeah. But I do believe, I'm not positive unless I look, because honestly, we have so many models up, I don't know what is and isn't listed.
Yeah, I just sort of say that reflexively now, because most of the stuff that I've been printed up to now is things we don't have listed because of the size.
Yeah.
And I didn't actually ask this time. I think I just I'm going to do these.
Yeah, I think those are ones I can actually fit.
Yeah, I imagine you can. Certainly when we get the bigger machines.
But it's going to be nice to be able to offer terrain at a discounted rate.
It's only discounted until I add my $20 upcharge for pain and suffering.
Yeah, some of those, I'll tear your hands up getting those supports off.
Gary says, I hope I don't sound
Stop
like a
biting
snob,
me.
but I just started with Citadel paints for minis and the old testers paints for plain models. Sound like a
I
snob.
don't think so at all.
Ooh.
Probably
really loud.
Really, for me, it was I started off with, technically, I started off with a whole bunch of different paints because where I started painting was at Paint and Tape at Daikon, which we'll be going to in June. But I started painting there, so I had all kind of different paints available to me. And then I had a few, I bought a few paints at the local game shop, and I kind of started off slow and just built up what I have, which I still don't have anywhere compared to what Gareth has. But I was building up my paint stores, and then I had a really long period of time where I just didn't paint at all.
Nice.
Excuse me. It was a really long time. I probably went a year or two without touching any of the paints. Maybe not that long. It seemed like it. I need a bigger dry brush than this and smaller than this. They're the only ones I have over here. Right. I'm going to go with the bigger one. So I just think it's nice to have a variety of paints and just being like something hit the window. Being able to have the color you need is for me is the biggest thing. Because I've had to switch up plans because I didn't have a color and I couldn't mix it. Like I said, I'm not the best at mixing colors. You are very good at it.
You're bad at line.
I am not a practiced liar, so I am bad at it. I am proud to say that. So, Tyler, have you thought about what we're going to be discussing tomorrow?
I knew you were going to ask me that. No, so the notes are still not updated. I noticed you haven't asked me why, but...
Well, no, I know why.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Oh, is this just going to be some dig? I'm a lazy ass or something.
No, I was going to say because you've been helping me a lot.
Oh.
So, no, it was the exact opposite of a dig. It was a valid reason why you haven't.
Certainly we've been busy, but so one of the things that's made note-taking like very smooth whenever we're doing crowd forging streams that I say, this is what we're talking about. And we know that these topics we've been selecting branch out into flora, fauna, careers, all of those things, travel, right?
Right.
But the thing is the point of taking notes that way is that I go back and I take the fauna, put it where fauna goes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that I can see I need to add these things. So that's the lazy part of I'm like, oh crap, I got to move all that stuff around. I better go take care of this first, and then I forget.
Well, maybe when you're taking notes, then have just, instead of taking notes in the same sheet that it goes in, have this is today's notes, and then you can just pluck.
Yeah.
And that way it's not so much. You know what I mean? No?
No, I mean, I get your point because then I can just kind of go back and forth between the documents. Ghosty says, how long have y'all been painting minis? Gareth says, I started back with the first Lord of the Rings box set that came out in like 2001 or 2.
Let's see. Our first Daikon was 2015. Is that right? Yes, because that's the
Yeah.
shirt you have. So 2016 for me, or 17. 17.
Oh.
Wait. Yeah, 2017, because it wasn't the first Icon. No, it was the second Icon. That's right. So 2016, I started painting. I don't know how many years that is. I'm not doing math right now.
Well, ooh, I got a dry throat. And I don't think you would have made that leap if it hadn't have been for the art leap in like around what 2008 or 9 or something like that. I kept bugging you. You should do this. You should do this, and you're like, nah, I can't do it. And I bought you a bunch of art stuff.
Okay, so you're not telling that story properly.
I mean, at its core, I'm telling it correctly.
Okay, so basically what happened was we were living across town.
Hi, Sunbaron.
Hi, Sunbram. And our son, we had just gotten a new house. We just moved into a new house, and our son wanted his room to look like a jungle. Just a little, you know. And we told him, it's not really something I can do because we're renting, so I can't paint your room like a jungle. I can't put up wallpaper or anything like that. I'm like, but what I can do is take your furniture. Thank you for
the 10
things.
bits. Yeah.
I'm like, I can paint your furniture to look like it's got, kind of trees and everything else going across it, right? So I went and I looked for a bunch of templates. Not templates, stencils. I was looking for stencils, stencil after stencil after stencil, and I just couldn't find anything that worked. So I finally got pissed off and said, screw it. I'm going to just freehand this shit. And then Ty gets home from work, and I was like, I had to freehand it, so this is what it looks like. And he literally says nothing. Walks back out the door, gets in the car, drives over to Michael's, and buys me hundreds of dollars worth of art supplies. Comes home and says, here, paint more stuff.
Sunbaron says, it looked awesome, by the way. Screw stencils.
Well, and that's kind of the point. It did. It really, I was really happy with how it came out. Nick loved it. It worked out perfectly. So, yeah, you're probably right. I probably wouldn't have made the jump had I not had that,
Come for you with other stuff.
Yeah. So, they had a paint and take set up at the con, and they're like, come over here and paint a mini. Sat down, I painted one, and I'm like, oh my god, this is the best thing ever. Because I still stand by the reason painting minis is so awesome is I get to take someone else's magnificent artwork, slap paint on it, and then I get compliments for how good it looks. Like, dude, it looked amazing without paint. So it looks slightly better with paint, but I get all that credit. So cool, I'll take it.
There says, had a few year break, started painting Warhammer in 07 for a few years, and then D&D characters, and really picked it back up in earnest in 18.
Yeah.
Ghosty says, I think I'm coming up on my 4th or 5th month of mini painting now. Excuse me, now. Yeah, my throat's getting dry. 4th or 5th month. I thought you were making fun of me, sorry. 4th or 5th month of mini painting now. I still have so much to learn.
Dude, you're doing awesome.
Yeah. Garrett says, well, feel free to ask me any questions, man. Love
Absolutely.
helping new painters out.
Ghosty, just so you know, I assumed you'd been painting for a few years. So.
Sunbaron says, I painted like 5 minis, and they are all a little bit better each time. The first was a dog that looked diseased as hell. Poor dog.
Well, and I've said this multiple times. My first mini literally has the paint is chipping off of it. It's sorry. It's horrible. The paints that I chose, the paint colors that not the paints, but the paint colors I chose were wrong. It was a metal mini. I didn't prime it, so the paint's just chipping off. Just everything is wrong. Everything I could have done wrong, I did wrong. And I love it. And it's sitting in my glass display case because I love it. And I've clear coated it to protect the rest of the paint to try to help keep it on. I don't play with it. I don't do anything with it. I just leave it sit there because that is my marker of this is how far I've come. So I just no paint this time.
Okay.
I had to check first.
Use me.
Okay, so now here comes the part that I actually got out a piece of paper and I practiced because I wasn't sure how this was going to work. So the idea is there's going to be holes in the paint that'll have the green showing through. So yeah. So basically I have to make my design and then fill it in. So basically most of this is up, especially up in the top, is all going to be covered in the brick red. And then it'll have gaps in it and that just kind of come bigger gaps that go into slightly smaller gaps to basically go into horseshoes down at the very bottom, and it just kind of fades away. That's the idea. So I'm going to be working on one side first, and then once that side's completed, I'll flip over and work on the other side. But I'm not going to try to go back and forth. So figuring out how I'm going to hold him and where I'm going to hold him, and then I'll adjust. I think actually the camera is pretty good where it is. Cool. All right. Scary part, take one. I mean, realistically, here's the beautiful part of it. Okay, so I just finished a dragon that I was painting on for probably, I don't know how long I was painting on it. I was painting on it forever, and it was absolutely miserable. I hated it. It was a pain. It was painful to look at. It was painful to pick it up and keep going because it was just looked like shit. And decided, screw it, I hate this. Took it outside, spray coated the whole thing one color, and started over. I finished it today in about half the time that I had already spent on it, and it looks amazing. Same thing with, I was making Sawdust Dragon, a dragon. Hated it. And completely started over on it and shipped it out today. And I didn't any freaking pictures of it. Oh well. But now I love it. It came out exactly what I had in my head. So
he says, I've definitely learned a lot from you guys. You guys have helped a lot. I've been painting for probably around 2 years, but it was very basic Star Wars figurines. The experience didn't transfer very well once I started minis. Gareth says, just rush in and do it. Face your fear. Says, oh my. Can't wait.
Yes. But you're gonna have to share pictures because you know how I said, do you want pictures before I ship it? And you're like, no, I want to be surprised. And then we packed it up. And forgot. So I found that when I was testing on the paper, giving myself...
This is Dr. Peter J. Crypt, and I have a warning for you.
Scare the hell out of me.
Someone has altered the stream.
Thank you, Doctor.
The Sunbjorn.
Ooh, what are we picking, Sunbaran?
Decisions were made, Sawdust says. Ghosty says, the jump to mini painting was a big jump. I was intimidated by it. But man, it has been fun.
Yes.
Oh, I'm totally reading backwards because I got distracted. Oh, okay, let me just. Hey, Gareth says. Okay, now I'm The time streams are coming together. I mean, watch your mouth.
You're normally so good about that. Okay.
It was not. It like happened so quick. Garrett says, "You must not fear. Fear is the mind killer. Fear is the little death that brings total oblivion. You will face your fear. It will pass over and through you. And when you turn back, only you will remain."
See, that sounds like I was constipated and I shut out my fear.
You weren't even scared. Watch your mouth. Sunbaron says, "Corrupted Seraphim."
Oh, that one's going to be fun. You didn't see that one yet, Ty, did you?
No. My head went actually to those angels. The part of that group. It's that first one from Epic? Oh, what? Oh, yeah. Those are cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, if, I mean, we haven't planned to do Banshee yet, but I thought the Galarta bust could be a cool one for gamers in the... Probably will.
I would hope so, because I love Banshee.
Or I'm lying right now.
Oh, and we do have other news as well. Cora, the unknown person for Ghosty, has actually officially switched their shift over to day shift. So potentially next week, they will be taking back over the Wednesday stream. So it'll still be world building, but Cora will be sitting here doing whatever their particular thing is for that day, instead of me sitting here.
Ghosty says, "What color should I paint some cloth towels draped over my dino?"
I would go with a leather look rather than cloth. Or I would, if you want to keep them in a cloth, I particularly like doing kind of a bleached linen look. So I'll do like an off-white and then dry brush with white. And something else that I've also done on things like that is if you have any thread or any cotton laying around, you can also like take a couple of pieces of thread or a little tiny piece of cotton and kind of tear it a little bit, kind of shred the edges and kind of glue that down to add more texture to it.
It says, "I have 9K more points. I've got to use them for something." Well, you got me on that 1,000 points.
Oh, yeah.
Ghosty says, "It's time to finally get acquainted."
Yes, right?
So we do not have Banshee planned yet. Some great ones. I'm not going to say anything about it quite yet. Everybody knows we're going to start with Gargoyles on June 6th is tentative comeback.
Yeah.
In the end. And I need to meet with Jake 2 Mondays in a row. I've been distracted with other stuff. And
Yeah, I kind of killed your Monday this week because,
shame on you.
man, I was slammed with shipping.
Yeah, we got to get together, figure out who's writing what. Coming season, blah, blah. About to do. Distracted my.
So that is the base.
This is Dr. Peter J. Crypt, and I have a warning for you. Someone has altered the stream.
I looked over at the exact right moment to see it pop across my face because I was looking over to show how that looks. Because you can see the green and then it kind of goes into a darker green over there and then into the silver, which almost looks blue against this. So, oh, that one got me.
I would have had fun. I just looked over a second earlier. Hello, Lashigu. Gareth says, I want the inner robes to be a corrupted warp purple. Ooh, I like that. You know what that's better than? Teal.
Is that a certain color that I need to go buy? Because I have some purples, but I don't have that purple name.
Corrupted. Yeah, you did get us.
Oh, yeah, you got
big time.
Yeah, big time.
I pooped.
Man, that looks so good. I'm so happy. I hate tooting my own horn. No, I don't hate it. I just feel weird doing it. But I'm tooting my horn because that looks freaking awesome. It looks just like I wanted it to look. I'm glad I practiced it on paper, though.
Back in big time on things I'm supposed to keep up with.
You're bad at it.
Bad at stuff.
What are you keeping up with?
Nothing. That's the point.
Are
I'm
you
not keeping
Googling
up
the name
with...
for me?
Oh. Name for what?
Are you looking up that purple and seeing if it's an actual purple?
No. No. The color.
I'll send you
It's not
some
up to me.
examples. You've got the...
You didn't see that?
I didn't because I was looking down at the very bottom. I'm dying. Oh, okay. Okay, what did Garrett say about the color? You've got the colors. Formit. What is that? FRFOMIT. What is that? Down. Right there.
I see what you're talking about. I don't have to put my cursor where I'm reading, you know.
But I read all that stuff.
Gareth will send you samples. You got the colors for it. Probably for it. You have the colors for it already, I think is the point.
Okay.
Oh,
I'm totally off screen. Damn
PC
it.
just tried to restart. Boo. Yeah, boo. Probably there's a Windows update. Which I ignored some bitch a little while ago.
Thank you for the pretty sound. I know it means bits or something.
Yep, 24 bits from Sunbaron. Thank you, Sunbaron.
Thanks, Sunbaron.
Do-do-do.
So then the other part is awkward as hell. But we're going to go up his head too. So big difference between, well, let me put him back down again. His little hands grab really bad. So big difference. Like, it's crazy how, like, down here looks blue, but it's not blue. Just that silver. So big difference between that side, and we're not even done yet. We just put the holes. We just put the stuff. We're still going to make it a little bit more interesting. Oh, well, I guess I shouldn't say that. I guess I got to get a time check before I say we're going to do more on that.
It is 10 till 8.
Okay. I'm going to do the other side, and then I'll see if I've got time still.
Mm.
And I'm absolutely not going to try to make them both look. Like, I'm not going to try to make them uniform at all. I'm going to go to the other side and paint the other side to make myself happy, and that's what that side's going to be. Okay, so his robes are going to be purple. Right? That's what we said? Oh, you're doing stuff. I'm sorry.
The, it was corrupted warp purple. And Gareth is sending you a list of demands. I mean, examples.
I like the voice you're using for that right now. That's funny.
Me?
Yeah.
I'm one spee-eiter away from a giant bulbous head, I think.
Oh, sweetie, you have a giant bulbous head anyway.
The hell? Boys fall asleep first.
Am I on camera? Yeah.
Have to be working appropriately to know that. I'm
What are
not.
you doing?
I'm doing stuff.
What are you doing?
Talking about you behind your back and chat to everybody else.
Just kind of like making little brush strokes. I'm not trying to be exact or anything. I like the way that it's kind of blending down, but not really blending. You know what I mean? It looks cool. It almost actually, because of the color I chose, it almost looks like his picture. And that, I didn't even realize, Lord of the Prince picture. I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, to me, that looks like he's got moss on him or something.
That's, it's funny you say that because that's what Cora was saying with the green I chose and the way I did it. They were saying that if I reversed the colors and did the green on top, it would have looked like it was moss. It would have looked more mossy. Well, I wasn't going for moss at all, but said my original plan was to go with blues and purples, but I'm actually really freaking happy. It's crazy to me because like right in here looks blue to me and it's not blue. I like it coming down the edges here. Damn it, people! Details! Details!
That was funny. Thank you, Gareth. His favorite time.
Yes. Such a chicken shit.
Ghosty says, "Oh, Dawn, you should actually glue some moss on its legs and belly like it's sat in the water waiting for prey for such long periods of time. Moss has started growing. Kind of like what happens with crocs." That's pretty wicked cool.
Yeah.
Do a better job of watching YouTube. Sunburn actually started in there. Oh.
Oh, God.
That was Sawdust Dragon. Sunburn says, or my husband's Jeep. Oh, like a crocodile or.
The Jeep has been sitting
Yeah.
for a while. It's funny you say that because I was just telling Ty that because we saw Sunbrand's husband pass by and he's like, "Oh, he's out with the new truck," and I'm like, "Yeah, for the second time that I've seen today." So I'm like, he just wants to drive.
That's probably 2 fewer times than I would have been out driving it.
I think it really is because he just any excuse he can find right now because it's new, so
New, it's pretty.
it is very pretty. So
Any excuse for him to go out. Yep. Yeah.
Okay. So I am happy with where that side is. My fingers are stuck. Okay. We're gonna do this side. So same process. What?
Sunburn says also, I got roller skates. Get ready to buy my band-aids. I'm gonna need a lot.
Why?
For roller skating. Well, I would get them.
Well, yeah, but
Also, can I get roller skates?
yeah, sure. We'll film it, guys. Don't worry.
You think I don't know how to roller skate?
Oh no, I'm sure you do. Knowing how to do something and being able to still do something. Very different.
That's pain.
Accurate.
I mean, I used a skateboard. That's a lot harder than roller skating.
Still not sure you'd be able
Your wheels aren't strapped to your legs or anything.
to do it anymore.
Street roller skating, some rough stuff too. That is much more apt to failure than roller skating on a nice slick wood floor is. Soda Dragon says, my shoulder agrees with you, Dawn. Need to get some crickets up.
I'm literally looking for like, oh, I really like that spot. I want to circle it. Put some native baby circles in. Say as I draw another large one.
Oh, my throat and my eyes are just so dry today. Probably allergies. Warmed up a little bit after what, a 2-day cold spell.
Yeah, it seems about
80 degrees, 50 degrees.
what was that? Friday was not a good day.
Yeah, Friday was hot. I cut grass.
That sucked.
I would have rather been roller skating. Bird says Instacart just came to my house. Had to step away. Come back. Garrett says,
I'm sorry. I asked why about the roller skates, and then the next thing she says is Instacart, because the way you started to read that, I'm like, wait, is she finally answering that I bought roller skates because Instacart came to the house? I'm so confused right now.
There's no reason for anybody to answer your why question.
No. Valid.
So Gareth has posted some stuff in channel for purple exam.
Oh, yay.
Are pretty.
Let me see.
Yep.
How rude.
Oh, rude. There you go. Yep, right. Yeah. Pretty. I really like this one.
Yeah, I like the one beneath it.
Yeah, I usually like the darker stuff, but
I like that darker one.
Brighter one at the top is pretty.
See, the top one looks a little
wicked,
pink
eh?
to me.
Got some wicked warped purple there, eh?
Oh, that's going to be so freaking much fun.
Yeah. Sunbaron, I'm excited about skating.
But are you going to skate on the street? Are you going to go to the roller rink? What are you going to do?
There is a roller rink in Union, unless I should shut up. Anyway, there's a roller rink near here. If it's still open, I don't know. I just remember a couple of years ago that Isabella was still. But Ghosty says, Dawn, I have some red on my Perry, and you're definitely beating me with the red.
This is by far.
So what color should I change my red to, everyone? Go on.
So by far, my absolute favorite red, German red brown.
From a Mechanical Frog, was that one of
Yes.
those that we... Mechanical Frog, who's somebody else you should watch. I don't know if they stream on Twitch. They stream on YouTube, though.
Ty was watching them, and I walked over and I'm like, oh my god, that's the best red ever.
Yeah,
What red is
I don't
that?
watch them enough, but they stream at good times for me, but lately I've been so wrapped up in other stuff that I haven't been watching. They're fun to watch, too.
So
Samir says, I used to skate and I hate most formal exercise, so I'm hoping this will be fun. I used to love skating as a kid. At street skates. I love the coloration on them.
did you post an updated picture of the Perry in Discord so we can see what reds you're using or what you're you're wondering about. So for advice. And thank you, by the way, for the Finn comment. I'm kind of digging it myself. I am so excited about how this is turning out.
Polytempest agreed.
Thank you.
Oh, we're talking about Friday,
I-
cutting grass. I gotta cut grass again.
I totally Googled images of Spinosaurus, and I was pulling up artist renderings of what they think it could have looked like, sort of thing. And this method was caught my eye immediately. So
I've made my to-do list for tomorrow, and I will be staying in bed.
okay, I get what you mean. Without actually seeing it, I can't.
Yeah, you have to read the questions. But anyway.
Okay. Golden says, my biggest struggle is getting the red to blend with the browns, without it looking out of place. Ghosty said, I will definitely Google pictures of... Oh, I definitely Google pictures of all of my dinos I paint. Oh, sorry. There's no reason not to not feel like you can't look up references. But I would be happy to give advice, but I'm a very visual person, so I need to see what you're having an issue with, because I want to say it's probably something really super simple to tell you, but I don't know without seeing it, unfortunately. Time check.
8:03. It's just after 8.
Okay.
I don't know if that's a I'm getting close kind of question one, or if it's a oh crap, am I going to have enough time to do this?
So it's partly because this technically it looks really good, and I'm really happy with the color. But it wasn't all I intended to do with the red. I intended to come over it and add more variations to it.
Oh.
But if I run out of time, I'm actually really digging the way this is looking. So I just want to see time-wise what I've got to work with.
Ghosty says also off topic, but
Always okay.
I don't think so. I think it's still on topic. Also really off topic, but I am so stinking excited about the new Lord of the Print wave. The weird mutated animals. Love it. The horse looks awesome. I also just posted a pic of Perry in Discord. Yeah, I just saw, I guess it was you two actually looking at stuff in Discord today, right, Dawn?
Yes.
That, or maybe that was yesterday.
We were looking at the pig the other day, but the horse got posted today. Which is weird because he didn't even have a horse listed. So when you showed that picture, I'm like, I had to look back at my list of what he's expecting to have. So I guess it's going to be part of the villagers, because he said he was going to have, kind of villager stuff. So I don't know where that horse came from, but it's awesome. Let go. Are you looking for the horse or the Perry?
I'm sorry, I was thinking about other stuff while you I was ignoring you. Did you need me to look something up, or?
He posted an updated picture of his Perry in Discord.
Yeah, I'm not. Something.
Nope. It is so funny that I picked this red now. It's because it does look exactly like the red he used for the renders. It was completely unintentional. Although that being said, the renders look freaking awesome, so kind of okay with that as well.
Back look. Sure that yesterday.
Oh, I just got a notification on my phone, so I think it finally popped into Discord.
Aren't you over here? Like that crest.
Yeah, that's the blue I was saying. I love the way that blue looks. Ghosty, I don't think the red looks out of place.
Huh?
What?
Did not know Ghost had secrets. So, way. Ghosty says, Lord of the Print didn't post the picture. I got the picture of the model from one of my secret sources.
No, I know. Me and you have had this conversation before, but Lord of the Print also listed what he's expecting to have, and horses was not listed. So it's kind of one of those, like, not sure if it's part, because he listed that there was going to be villagers. So I'm wondering if just some of the villagers have horses. Yeah, I think during Dinotopia, Ghosty and I were laughing about the fact that he was getting more updated photos than I was.
Sunbaron says, Garrett, those are pretty purples. I think so. That's going to be
fun. And challenging. Fuck off. I will be posting pictures of the dragon that I was talking about earlier too. But it's currently finishing drying, so. Because it's a snake dragon. I'm pretty happy with it. And it's got a lot of purple on it is actually why I was bringing that up again. But I do believe this guy is going to be done on this stream. So I think tomorrow I'll continue working on my dwarf dragon.
Ghosty says, oh, you sure? I could have swore I saw corrupted horses.
I re-looked earlier today and I didn't, but then again, I was doing a quick read through, so maybe I missed it, but I don't think I did.
Damn, just a dot, not a lot thing. I'm just going. I'm like,
really?
I keep. That's one of the things I keep forgetting to go back and do is our social lower thirds things. And normally I'm pretty good about not hitting that, except for Cora's when Cora's streaming. Oh well. Like Cora says, just dot, not a lot. But I dotted it like 3 times in a row. Ghosty says, I have a deep connected network that spans out over hundreds of creators, and I get hundreds of early looks of models. In other words, I just follow the right people on Instagram. Kara says, and you're welcome, Dawn. I am helping make you better, just like my a-hole friend did, forcing me to paint yellow on his Mechanicus Forces.
Oh.
Right now, Dawn's thinking, how many a-holes do I need in my life? That's a reference to me, by the way.
No, I think it's going to be challenging, but I think it's going to be fun. But my dwarf dragon is pretty much done. I just need to paint the dwarf. I think that's what I'll paint tomorrow while we are world building, which will be talking about...
Oh, I don't have anything. You asked me that earlier.
I know.
And I've got as much as I had earlier. All I keep thinking is, damn, notes aren't going to be done by tomorrow.
Maybe you should do better. Get better, Scrub.
Good scrub. Ghosty says, I'm so sorry for your loss having to paint yellow, Gareth. Gareth says, hell yeah, it will be.
Our windows are open and somebody either is just laying in their horn or they their car alarm went off for a second.
But it sounded like it was right next to I guess
It
it didn't.
really did.
I'm going to peek.
Okay.
Somebody's like, hey, just let me know. I can totally steal your car right now.
I don't really mind painting yellow. But I kind of like oranges and yellows. All good? Yeah, the truck would have been really loud. Okay.
It's so warm in this.
I am looking for this one. Like a really bright red.
Ghosty says, yellow is just hard. Gareth says, time to get good, Ty, so you can get gooder at getting the notes for getting good game goods from us viewers. I think I said that rather
I love it when
rapidly.
you do that to him.
Gareth says, I'm not as intimidated by it now because of that, Ghosty. Pushed in those directions you don't really want to go.
That is one reason that I like.
Just as I saw it. I didn't have time to read it. I just saw something flash up on chat and I went,
Oh, God.
So it says I zoned a bit. Sorry. For a bit. Sorry.
That's okay. That's okay.
Okay.
Oh. That's one of the reasons I like doing the Alter the Stream is because, one, it gives you guys a chance to see things you actually want to see versus me just picking random minis all the time. And
I could pick random.
well, yeah, but I mean, like, what I want to paint or what you want painted for killing me with can vary on, you know, maybe
Random.
somebody's working on a project and they would really benefit from seeing something like that done so that they can work on their project.
Christy says I haven't found a yellow paint I like. It says, hey, I'm down to 7K points.
I really just don't have I actually that's the funny thing is I've run out of orange and yellow more than any other color. But those are two of my favorite colors. God damn it!
Who did that?
Jackass! Thank you. That's not a much prettier sound.
Taught us, thank you for the 35 bits. Gonna overflow, right?
Oh, the corgis.
Two of them didn't make it.
I think I said this earlier, but Ghosty, the red doesn't look out of place to me. Oh, is it a big one? It is. Didn't nearly clear it out as much
That was
as
pretty good though. It like parted it. Top bits.
Yeah. Normally they're getting not as good with the bombs.
Is it that, or does it just depend on which one? I guess it doesn't depend on which one you choose.
It shouldn't depend on which one you choose.
Cool.
I do too, but
Tweeted
we've
about.
Gareth.
And thank you for the
we've seen
100
some-
bits. We're like watching
Oh,
the
yeah.
splash. Thank you. Thank you.
We
Sorry.
appreciate it. But Gareth and I have seen some really magnificent bombs, and they're not as magnificent as they used to be.
It doesn't mean we should get like overexcited about the animation.
Well, that's the whole point. Damn it!
I guess. Sarah says, Ghosty Uriel, I don't know if Ariel or Uriel yellow and some fire lizard yellow are great.
Yes.
And so is the golden glow from Reaper. Fire lizard.
Love this one.
Ghosty says, for tomorrow's stream, we talk about the creepy legends and stories across the plane. We can do that. I think that was just like a side topic once, but we could definitely jump more into legends. Of course, the reason we like the legends is because some of them are just going to be legends. Just like in real life.
Yeah.
Some of them are going to be like, holy crap, that's real? Gareth says, I'll check them out. Oh, thank you, Dawn. Oh, I'm sorry, that's Ghosty. I'll check them out.
Yeah, that
Saying
makes
that
more
to
sense.
Gareth. Words in the right order help make things more
Makes sense.
sensible. Yeah. Ghosty says, oh, thank you, Dawn. I dry brushed a little brown at the base, and I think it helped a little.
Yeah. And then taking something like that whenever you feel like it's just standing out and not working, which I think is working, but if you feel like it isn't working, that's really what matters, is your opinion of it. You can always take the area where they're connecting the two colors and kind of wet blend them to get that smoother transition as well.
Ghosty Dawn says that sail looks amazing. I love those colors together.
Because they're Christmas colors. Now, I actually hate the fact that they're Christmas colors, but red and green pop off of each other, so it was always going to give me a really good contrast to each other. That's why color wheels are important. I just realized that I am...
No, you're not. It's all in the head. In your mind. There's no spoon. Unless you're hungry, then you should find a spoon.
You know what you need a spoon for? Ice cream. That's what we should have for dinner.
We're not having ice cream for dinner. Hello, Regina.
You made Ty stutter.
I'm tired.
Oh my god, that
I'm
was
just
awesome.
tired.
Hi, Regina. Oh my gosh, that was amazing. That's perfect timing.
Sunbrand says, I have some in your ice cream. Delicious, says Regina.
I do have ice cream as well in the freezer. I have a few different ones, as a matter of fact. Because why not? Realistically speaking. The only thing Oh, let's see if this-
300. Boom, boom.
Oh, there we go. That was a little bit better. Thank you.
Thank you for the 300 bits. That was sweet.
The only
That
thing
was a big explosion.
that was. Ty, can you zoom in a little bit to right here? That is the only thing that I can say about this model that I'm slightly disappointed in. And keep in mind, in general, that's just not a thing with being at all. But his eyes are pretty much non-existent. I mean, it's like a dot, not a lot.
That right now. You're like.
I know. But there you go. There's his eye. You can see his eyeball. That's it. That's all there is.
Because you said that.
So, you know what we're going to do? We're going to make that bitch red. We're going to switch. You could leave it like that. And I had to go up higher so I could see. Because these eyeballs are like non-existent.
It says choices, choices, choices. And Josie says, I gotta say, this guy is tricky painting all the baskets and stuff because of the earth tones I already used on the body. I don't want too many browns. And Regina says, wow, that's so tiny.
Ghosty, I think that oh shoot. Hold on. Let me readjust. I gotta do the other eye. See, and when you're zoomed in this close, you can actually see. So that's a print line. So technically that would be a failure. But that's what that is from the printer. So we did have some shaking last night. I understand what you mean.
Missouri microquakes.
Yeah. I understand the wanting to have different tones and such. I cannot get that eyeball like that. But realistically speaking,
The mirror says it looks like hair.
I think you're
Thank you for the 300 bits. Here we go.
I think you're good with having
They disappeared before they fell in.
yeah, like one fell in, that was it.
They were Star Fox heads, what they were not.
But I think you're okay with having a bunch of different browns and having some of the same browns and everything else because it is an earth tone sort of thing. So I wouldn't be worried about it if I were you.
Christy says, I think I found a lot of Lord of the Print eyes are like microscopic, kind of rough. Nina says it's a very straight scar.
Yeah. But see, you can zoom back out, sweetie.
Oh.
So we're like massively out of focus and all that good stuff, but we're so you know you could see that scar when we were zoomed in like that, but looking at it like this, let me point with not my finger so you can see past it. It's right there. But like I can see it, but it's not something you see without. I mean, you look closely. Oh, there we go. At that angle, you can see there's another scar that goes across there. But if I tilt this way, you lose that scar. I can see it now. But
Photo says must have more corgis.
It's crazy how it looks blue down here now. It has no blue in it. That color is no different than this color, but it looks different now being surrounded by that red. That's so funny to me.
Yeah, Regina says it blends well from a distance.
Yeah. So I think we need TFers. And there's still a support right there, but I don't really care.
I believe that's pronounced twofers.
Yes. You are right. That is the proper pronunciation. It's twofers.
Lotta says being a dino is rough life. Scars happen.
So rough
Man.
that it chokes Ty up.
Yeah, like I said, must be a big pollen day since it warmed up a little bit. Hasn't been terribly windy though. Wind chimes have been quiet all evening.
Yeah. But I'd say we're really close to done here.
Well, that's good. There's 4 minutes left. Can you get done in 4 minutes? Hurry up.
Yeah, I mean, Steve first.
You first.
Steve first.
So yeah, I think that's what we'll talk about tomorrow. Legends on the Plane. What we'll start with, certainly. Said that the last 2 or 3 times we started with topics thinking that it was going to branch out into other things. We actually stayed on the topics the whole time.
Yeah. But that's okay.
Yeah. That just means there's meat on the...
So don't forget to like and follow if you're not. Don't forget to stop by Discord if you haven't joined already. Don't forget to join us tomorrow where I will be working on a dwarf. So that's not normally something you guys get to see me do, is working on a character model. That will be different.
Gareth says he looks fantastic so far. Regina says they're pointy bits.
Because yeah, my dwarf dragon, I just need to attach the wings, and he's done. And I need to do his base. That's not right. I need to do his base too. And then he'll be. And then I just need to do the dragon. Or the dwarf, the rider. Go again. That foot goes in there, but I know the tail goes around this rock somehow. There we go.
Gareth says after the girls go to sleep, I'll try my theory with the speed paints and I'll post pics in Discord. What channel would you like me to post in?
The painting channel is perfect.
Oh,
I love this thing.
Sawdust says like and follow, translated to me as lich and follow. Or like
Go to sleep.
like lichen.
Good night.
Which we will discuss tomorrow for the planes discussion. Okay. Groovy. And Baron says he looks like he is either ready to fight or sing or fight song. Dance battle.
So I cannot believe we finished him in one stream.
Yeah, I kind of thought it was going to go into tomorrow.
I really did. I really did. But I think I was so happy with his base coat. I could have literally stopped there and been perfectly happy with him. But yeah, no, I'm really happy with this guy. So even his base, just a really quick, simple paint job. You guys saw I just basically threw some paint on there, and I'm happy with it. I thought about putting some grass down, but it just doesn't make sense. All of this is kind of...
Lotta says, no, it's a playful little dino. So happy to see a friend coming over. Sun Baron, thank you for the 23.
Thank you. So no, I'm happy. I think I'm going to call him done. So tomorrow I will be working on the dwarf.
Says, I love him, Dawn. Can't get over how cool that sail looks.
Right?
Lotta says, likes it a whole lot.
Super simple. I mean, you guys watched. It was just having the multi-tones in the sail before I started the coat over.
Dina says you need some seaweed for the base.
Ooh,
That would be fun, too.
that would be fun. Maybe I will try to make some seaweed. Get a down view. That is so out of focus. I apologize. I'm going to hold still. Oh, that's perfect.
It's pretty.
Yum, 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 yum.
I'm says,
I don't know what to say.
or a corgi biting his ankle.
Oh, I am so glad I let go of that camera because I about threw it.
I caught it at just the right time. It didn't get me this point. This time, rather.
Oh my god, I almost threw that camera. Okay. So we are done on time. Early, actually, right? No, on time. I'm going to call that on time. I'm done. I'm so happy.
We would have been early if I wouldn't have been late at the beginning of it, maybe.
No, I mean, I think we're pretty good there.
Okay, I'm not going to adjust
Yeah,
the focus
I mean-
anymore, all right?
What?
Is that okay? I'm going to stop adjusting focus now.
Yeah. I'm like, I see what you're saying. Like having a couple of things of seaweed draping like this, like right in here. I would love that. That would be perfect. Yes, I need to do seaweed. So it's not technically done.
There's this excellent stream. Thank you, Gareth.
Thank you, Gareth. Tomorrow we will see you guys back here 7:30 Central Time, because that's where we are. Yes. I do stuff.
Why? What are you doing?
Fuck off.
I mean, while we're doing this, though, I just wanted to know what you were doing right now. What is that? I don't understand.
You screwed it up. I lost it.
Some urines get me sneezing.
Nope. He kept talking and it went away.
7:30 U.S. Central Time. We will be back tomorrow. We will be painting and crowd forging.
Yes.
Sundays, obviously, they're always if we've got a project and the time.
Yes.
So can I mention what we don't want to mention? I guess what I'm like tonight, maybe.
I was thinking about talking about it.
I mean,
but
just a mention is not a big deal.
how about we talk about it
Tomorrow.
and we'll talk about it tonight, and we'll probably bring it up tomorrow.
We'll mention tomorrow. It has to do with the plane, so
Yes.
we'll mention that.
Upcoming news.
Yeah, upcoming news for tomorrow. After we things a little bit. Ghosty says later, y'all have a good one. You too, Ghosty.
Bye, Ghosty.
So what else?
So I think that's it, really.
I'm so tired I can't think of anything else anyway.
I know. So we are going to go eat dinner, and then we're going to reset prints, and then we're going to have, a long discussion about things that we will probably be talking to you guys about tomorrow.
Yeah.
It'll be exciting, and I'm happy.